This is Whack-A-Mole number 201. Okay, Michael Pilmer, link below to his channel. I don't even know when this is going to go live, just so you know. He's in town with the band Devo.
The De-Evolution band from Ohio.
Now, what do you do with Devo?
When we're on the road, I do wardrobe and stage props. Quick change, costuming, backstage.
You're like a stylist, sort of?
No, just make sure they can get in the costumes and get out of them when they need to. Make sure the costumes are ready and labeled.
You're like a fluffer.
I'm like a Devo fluffer.
Okay. Now, there's a beep. I just found out, or I just heard that my smoke detector needs a new battery. So that's going to happen during this.
And I kind of like that noise that it makes.
Yeah, it's like a chirping bird. It could be like
it's
a Devo record.
It's a happy bird.
It could be a Devo record.
Yeah.
So, Akron, Ohio, we know Devo's story. I saw them at the Mabuhay Gardens, 77, and then several times after that. So
good time to see them, man.
Yeah, because I'm an older dude, but that was great. I love that. Now, I'm going to go through my collection. I want Michael to talk about it. This is my Canadian edition. It's a marble edition. So tell me anything about this record.
Okay, well, this guy on the cover here, this is originally was Chi Rodriguez. They're a very popular golfer from back in the day. This golf ball logo actually came from a Chi Rodriguez product, like golf tees or whatever. And Jerry and Mark liked it so much they wanted to use it for the album cover. But this, by the time it got through the Warner Brothers meat grinder, it became this bastardized version of kind of Chi, but not, because they were afraid of using his real image. But Devo had already asked Chi if they could use it. He said yes. So when he got this, he was like, well, it doesn't look like me at all. But Devo did release one single called Be Stiff right before this came out in England, where it does have the actual Chi face on it. And you can get Chi-Chi's face from that single at clubdevo.com on a t-shirt. We just started making them over the last 3 months.
See,
Chi-Chi
I'm not chilling for Devo. He's chilling for Devo.
I'm just saying, the Chi-Chi photo is what you want, not that one.
Okay, all right.
Okay, story about this. Energy domes. This is what these hats are called. Now, some people call them power hats, flower pots, whatever, but they're called energy domes, and they were modeled after either a lighting fixture in Jerry's Catholic school or a lamp that Mark saw when he was a kid, or both. But the idea of these energy domes is, if you can see, they're tiered, and they're designed to work with something in your body called orgone energy. And the way orgone energy was explained to me was like, it's the energy that makes you happy, euphoria, makes orgasms good. So their idea was to design this helmet to make sure that the orgone energy that typically escapes out the top of your head is recycled, so that they could perform on stage longer and have sex longer. I
just realized I have a problem. Well,
it's me.
I don't have
Duty Now for the Future.
I don't have Duty. I used to have it. I don't know where it is. But that's their second album, right? Yeah, it's their second album.
That's right, and I can tell you something about that. The UPC code used all over the cover is supposedly from a tampon package.
What do you know? You hear all the facts on Mazzy's music. Okay. Then there's now this was given to me by a friend of mine who was a Warner promo at the time. This is this one, New Tradition.
That's my favorite Devo album.
Why?
Well, because I discovered them through the Freedom of Choice album, which was before this, because I discovered Devo late in the game when they had Whip It. And I was so into them, and in general, I'm into bands that put themselves on the cover, a photo of the band. So Devo had this look with the domes, and I was thinking, what are they going to do for the next album? And I hope they're on the cover. And then I got this, and I was like, holy shit. Rubber hair. Look at those costumes.
Like astronaut outfits, sort of?
Well,
no.
That's Nutra, their astronaut mascot. But they're just, but look at the back.
And it has a 7-inch bonus single or something.
Yep, and I'll tell you the story about that. But the back here even intrigued me more when I was a kid. You see there, it's this really cool photo of all their feet. But if you look carefully, you'll see zippers on the bottom of their pants. And I had never seen that before. Not many people were doing that. So when I saw this, I was in junior high school. I started making my mom put zippers in all my jeans. All the way up to college, I put zippers in all my pants because of the back of this record. Yeah. So the 7-inch was their song "Working in the Coal Mine."
Going down, 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 working in the
The reason it was added as a 7-inch was because right as this album was coming out, Devo was asked to put a song on the heavy metal soundtrack, and they thought, "Oh, how funny! Why are we being asked to be on a heavy metal?" So they said, well, "Let's give them this song that we haven't done anything with," which they recorded for this album, "Working in a Coal Mine," because it was the least metal thing Devo would ever. So they did, and it became the hit off this heavy metal soundtrack. So Warner Brothers had to add it in last minute as a 7-inch because they couldn't add it on the album.
See, this is where you get the facts. This is where you get real information on Mazzy's music.
And there's a great poster in there you guys should check out someday. It's really bizarre artwork, Subgenius related artwork, if you know what I mean.
I always tell people you need to take it out of the sleeve. I get it, the plastic, but here we go.
Yeah. Now you know what's cool about this cover besides the way the band looks.
About Spuds.
And again, the next album, band on the front, I'm in heaven as a fan. Totally new look. Yeah. They're hovering down the road of Bin, the Sweet Bin, is how this was described. But the really cool thing about this cover is the fact that on the back, if you notice, there's a perforated...
So you can stand it up.
So it's like a stand-up, like an old photo. And you can stand it on your desk.
But is it rare when that's been unperforated, or keeping it perforated is rare?
I never see it unperforated, really. I mean, I don't know many people who...
No one bothers putting it up. It's kind of like I showed earlier today, as of this recording, Jefferson Airplane's Long John Silver, their worst album, that turns into a stash box.
And see these glasses? These were a very kind of racist set of glasses called Chinaman specs, and they had actual kind of slant China eyes in them. But Devo just popped out the China eyes and used them as mean glasses. But they became known as Devo glasses more than...
So I don't have anything beyond this proper albums right away, so what am I missing?
Well, I mean, Shout. There's a live record or two in there in that era.
Well, okay. Then I have a Record Store Day, Max's
very rare.
Kansas City. Is this rare?
Very rare. Yeah, it was very limited edition for Record Store Day.
This is on Jackpot Records, 2014.
It's one of those, those small label projects that
Jackpot out of Portland Records.
We got involved in, and we love working with those small labels because they really put a lot of passion into it. They went above and beyond to get the photo rights to this photo and did a great job with the cover. Everything's really cool about that.
I betcha. Let me see.
There's a little Boogie Boy in the back.
Let's show people the pictures.
Boogie Boy. Look at Boogie Boy down here.
Boogie Boy.
He still wears a rubber mask like that on stage that I have to put on him. That's part of what I do for wardrobe.
Now, before we get to that, let's talk about that. Now, this is a reissue from 2016, but talk about this.
Okay, so that's Devo's...
This is a cool record.
Easy listening music, and this came about, well, by the time they were playing shows in the late 70s, early 80s, they were tired of people opening their show with playing Tom Petty and Three Dog Night or whatever venues were playing before the band. So they designed their own Muzak versions of their songs to play before their concerts.
Like entry opening.
Yeah, so because they didn't like to come out after people had just heard, Foghat and Boston all night. So they did this music to them. They did it to themselves, was their argument, before somebody did it to them. So they made their own music. They played it before shows, and then they found that people were not only asking them where to get that music, but they were stealing the cassettes from the soundboard. So then they reissued it in 1980, I think it came out, or 81, as an album, easy listening, in a cassette form, I believe it was too. This is a reissue from 2016 that me and a label called Futurismo in the UK put together.
Is this out of print?
This was actually the second press. This first version of this reissue was a box set. And had all these kind of extra things, a drink stir, and
that's great.
Yeah, it looked really cool. It was a very limited box. And then we reissued
We're going out for drinks after. Can you invite her and we can have a martini together?
The cool thing about these photos, there's another sleeve with a guy on it, and these are stock photos that we paid for. But I had Futurismo tweak them just a little. So if you look at their faces, there's just a little bit of like post-stroke damage or something going on with these people. But they were just the most pretty people in the stock photos. And then Futurismo Delaney, my friend Delaney, just fucked with them a little bit.
Oh, I love that.
Look at that. I mean, there's just something a little wrong with them. But this was a great set. This particular reissue has one or two new songs based on later Devo releases.
Human Rocket, Laughing Gas version.
That's from Something for Everybody, which was their 2010 album. So we updated the Muzak collection with a song or two that hadn't been done before.
Peekaboo.
But it's really great. I don't know how often you listen to this, but it's really good.
I did when it came out I haven't in a while, but The Girl You Want.
And Futurismo as a label, if anybody has stuff from Futurismo, they do a lot of 80s reissues like Chrome, the Suicide...
Not Chrome Dinette.
Chrome, like Alien Lip Moves, that genre. And then what's the guy from Suicide? Alan, what's his name? Anyway, they do that. They reissue Psychedelic Furs, but all their releases are packaged spectacularly. So you can't lose the Futurismo. Now, this is a compilation that
I tell you,
big label put out.
During the pandemic, I believe, And I don't want to get too political here, but this artist, his name is Tomo.
Tomo77.
He's from Portland, Oregon, and I bought a series of posters that he put out. These limited edition, not crazy expensive, but a few $100s for like a series of them that are very political. This guy is one of the greatest painters, illustrators.
It's like the artwork you see on dollar bills, where it's the lines, the sense of detail. You know, you look at a dollar bill drawing really closely. It's all these.
This is a Rhino comp that came out on the 50th anniversary 2 years ago. 2 years ago or a year ago?
Yeah, something like that, a year or two ago.
Yeah. Of Devo, and it's a double record. I tell you, if you don't have any Devo, and you don't want to, I mean, I always like getting the proper albums. However, if you want the hits, and maybe a few deeper things, including Working in a Coal Mine, this is a great double comp. I'm not shilling for the man. I bought this. I'm not even shilling for him. All I got from him was a fucking bumper sticker and a cozy.
It's a Super Chat Charlie koozie. Jesus.
Oh, sorry. But look at you got the little sketch from what the cover's going to look like. They probably sent it. Oh no, that's not the same. Is it the same thing?
I didn't mean to bring you a 7-inch record, but I completely forgot it.
That's okay. I'm just.
But I did bring. I'm going to get it to you.
I'm not saying that everyone who visits to do a guest whack-a-mole, even though this isn't a proper whack-a-mole because I'm not randomly pulling.
And he's not whacking my mole.
No, but it's a whack-a-mole with guests. I don't think everyone necessarily has to bring me an offering when they're joining me on a whack-a-mole.
I didn't know I was going to be on a whack-a-mole, so...
Yeah, I sprung it on them.
If I would have known.
We're killing time before...
before we kill our brain cells.
Yes, so it's got an insert here, which has all the...
And this is storyboarding for the videos here. Original storyboard sketches.
I didn't know this.
Yeah.
And there is, as of this recording, I don't know when this is going to drop, but in August of 2025, Netflix will finally be showing the documentary. Anything you can tell us about the Devo documentary?
It's all true.
Okay. So, forget Devo now. Fuck Devo. Let's show some records that you might like.
Devo would be a good name for an album.
Okay.
Oh, wait. So he said pull out a record and tell me something about it. So I'm a big fan of Beastie Boys. I discovered Beastie Boys through the Crush Groove movie in 1986. They were in it for like 27 seconds. And I was like, who are these little punk rock white rap boys? Anyway, by the time this album came out, their second album, Paul's Boutique, they... were totally going a new direction. They weren't like the beer drinking, the fight for your right to party guys anymore. This is like almost like a psychedelic rap album. They were doing a lot of hallucinogens, and I love this record. It's very layered. It's almost like layered like a Skinny Puppy industrial album is layered with sound. Lots of cool stuff.
Dust Brothers produced it.
Yeah, and so I was so obsessed with Beastie Boys and such a big fan and loved this record that me and my girlfriend at the time, maybe just a few years after this was released, we drove up to New York in search of Paul's Boutique. And we went to Brooklyn because it says Paul's Boutique, and they're in Brooklyn on the answering machine message on this. Anyway, so we go to Brooklyn, we're asking everybody, and they say, oh no, the real Paul's Boutique was in Manhattan. It was in Brooklyn, so you have to go there because we were looking around. Wait, what was? Oh yeah, she said the real Paul's Boutique
talking about?
I get confused because the real Paul's Boutique was in Brooklyn, but this picture was taken in Manhattan, and they just put a sign up that says Paul because
fake news.
I guess it looked cooler than the place in Brooklyn. But when me and my girlfriend found this corner, I swear it looked almost exactly the same. Of course, this sign wasn't here, but everything was the same. And I have a picture of me somewhere standing in front of it.
Hold that.
Yeah.
A trifle. Let's get back. Look at that.
Yeah. And with the sun glare and all that, it's like so artsy fartsy. Like doesn't look like any other rap record or punk record.
You know what I can't believe how they got away with.
Can I just finish something? Wait,
yeah,
real quick. No, because so we went up there and we took our picture in front of this back in the day, and then we added another trek into our journey that day. We went to try to find Debbie Gibson's P.O. box, which we did because I was a big fan of Debbie Gibson. We go find her P.O. box. This is just a P.O. box in a post office, and then we're like, this is very interesting. I wonder if anybody here has seen her. And so then we leave the door and we notice these stairs going up to an apartment that lives above the post office. So we're like, well, whatever. We go up and knock on the door. This guy opens it. We're like, yeah, we're just tourists. We're fans of Debbie Gibson. You ever seen her down there? He's like, yeah, I've seen her and her mom there. You want to come in? I'm like, yeah. We go in and he's got all this weed. He's got all this weed on his table like he's a dealer, and he's like getting it all ready, like the most weed I've ever seen. So we just hang out with this guy for hours, and he's telling us about Debbie Gibson stories, and it just goes. It was a great time. So Paul's Boutique, that's my story.
pontificates more than I do. I love this. Michael Pilmer, go to his channel. He does a live stream usually every Thursday afternoon, evening, depending on your time frame. Mm-hmm. Also on that, what I was going to say is I'm surprised they sampled the Beatles on there.
Oh, I know. That was when you get away with it.
It's amazing. I think it's great. And it is a brilliant album. Even if you're not into rap or hip hop or, it is a little bit of a psychedelic thing. Kind of like DJ Shadow has a kind of a weirdness.
It reminded me of Skinny Puppy because of all the layers of tracks on the songs. There's nothing like that's simple necessarily, but still sounds like a Beastie Boys record, right?
We'll pull something else. Okay, I have this. This is this guy, Ruby Braff, and I just think this is the greatest record cover. It's a jazz thing. I haven't even heard it in years. On Epic Records from like 56. Look at that cover. I mean, isn't that a great cover? Did you see this cover? Look at that cover.
Yeah,
I bought this for the cover.
Do you know the story behind the photo?
I don't.
Okay.
Is someone going to tell me? Someone in the comments tell me the story of this cover. It's a jazzy cover. Does Moonglow, so wonderful, too marvelous for words. Indian Summer. Blue turning gray over you. Some of the songbook standards, definitely. You're lucky to me. Who produced this? Ruby Braff on trumpet. I wonder if that's his mother. I bet you it is. That's mom or grandma, right?
I can't believe you don't have any Village People.
I don't. I don't have any Village People.
Crazy.
However, I was going to say that would probably be in the soul section, maybe. Well, no, it wouldn't. Are they considered like R&B and soul? No, they wouldn't. Disco. So I would put that in the R&B. I don't have any Village People.
I'm a big Village People fan. For real. I'm still looking.
Well, he's still looking. So what should I pull? How about a jazz record?
I gotta find something I know.
While he's waiting there, I'm looking at the jazz right here. Again, these aren't random today. Let's see, what can we pull here? The widest guy in jazz. The Don Ellis Big Band. Now, Don Ellis did a lot of soundtrack scores, kind of like in the, this is like late 60s. This is Don Ellis at the Fillmore. I would have loved to have seen Don Ellis's big band at the Fillmore. That would have been so friggin' cool. I need to look on the charts and see who played with him, because I bet you it was some weird band. Like, can you imagine like Don Ellis and the Grateful Dead or something? I don't think that's what it was. But he does Hey Jude on here. Interesting. And he does Pussy Wiggle Stomp. Okay, you got something.
I got something. Okay, so Kraftwerk, right? Everybody knows Kraftwerk. This is an album called Man Machine. I have an interesting story about this. So this is a reissue of sorts, I assume. But the original cover, of course, had them in these costumes, right? I think this is like early 80s, 80, 81, something like this when this came out. So a friend of mine named Sue Catwoman, she was used on the cover of a lot of, in ads for Sex Pistols, Anarchy in the UK. She had the kind of reverse mohawk shaved in the middle and little cat ears of hair growing on the sides. Anyway, she was a friend of Kraftwerk back then, and they would always go see them when they came in London, and she would go out to clubs with them afterwards and just be their pal. And she said that before this tour came to town, of course, she was on the list to get in, and her and some of her friends were going to go, and Kraftwerk told her, look, when you come to the show, we want you to dress in a certain way. And they're like, okay, whatever. They said, just buy red long sleeve shirts and black ties. And then Sue and her friends came to the show dressed like that. And then when the band came out looking like this, the whole crowd was like, looked at, because they had just broke this new look. Nobody had seen it yet.
It was a coincidence.
So Sue, the band told them dress like this, right? And they had no idea, why are we dressing like this? So Sue and her friends were the only people in the crowd that looked like they knew what was coming, because Kraftwerk told them to dress like this.
So Devo's playing this week. What should people wear to the show? Of course, by the time you see this, the show's over. But they might be in your town.
It's always a good idea. Devo's one of those bands where when you go to the show, a lot of people are wearing Devo shirts. Like some fans of bands think they're too cool to wear the actual band shirt to the show, but like Devo, the Dickies, my friends Anti-Scene, whenever you go to those shows, there's such a cult following and such a big kind of merch-based fandom about them that everybody wears the coolest shirts of that band. So Devo's one of those bands. So yeah, feel free to dress in full Devo regalia at any Devo concert. It will help you meet other similarly affected freaks. And also, when I tour and I'm in towns that I don't know anybody in, if I wear a Devo shirt, I meet the right people pretty quick. Pretty quick. He's picking something.
I'm trying to pick. Shit.
This is so weird to be here. This happened to me when I visited Zephyril, my friend in Chicago. You go into the room where they shoot their videos, and it looks like, you can tell it's the room where the videos are shot, but it looks like often way smaller than on video. This is cool.
I was looking for my Dickies record.
I was looking for Dickies too. I couldn't find it.
I thought I had one. I have the. Isn't the blue covered one theirs?
Well, you probably have the 10-inch.
No, I have a 12-inch.
Yeah, blue cover is
Yeah, I have it.
Is incredible. No, it's the Dawn of the Dickies.
Is it out of order then?
Dawn of the Dickies.
God damn it.
Yeah, the Dickies, my second favorite band next to Devo. And when I told Stan Lee of the Dickies that, he laughed and he was like, well, usually when people say that we're their second or third favorite band and they tell us who's in front of us, we don't agree. But he was like, but Devo, yeah, we could be second to them and we feel okay about that.
I think we have a problem here because I think I misfiled a record.
Oh, no. Now that is
when you have a collection like this.
That's a record collector nerd's nightmare.
Or someone refiled it. I can't believe.
When he goes to the bathroom, I'm going to put a bunch of records in the wrong place.
No, it's even worse. Not in the wrong place, but take them out and put them in a different cover.
Oh,
and then
horrible. And then you never find them again.
Okay, well, I might have to end this because I think I don't have anything else you want to show before we...
I thought you were going to pull your mole out so I could whack it. That reaction was good. I wish you were wearing a mic because I don't know if the mic picked it up, but it was like a good harumph. Harumph.
All right.
It's a pleasure hanging with you, man.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm not done with him yet. We're going out tonight.
Yeah, I'm going to close out with the Percy Faith Strings 8-track, The Beatles album, by the Percy Faith Strings, middle of the road music on Columbia. My guess is Mitch Miller signed these guys. I don't have an 8-track. Has anyone heard? We could probably find on YouTube. The Percy Faith Strings doing the Ballad of John and Yoko.
On the wrong.
Talk about. I mean, Michelle and Because makes sense, and Yesterday, Eleanor Rigby, Norwegian Wood, but the Ballad of John and Yoko. How cool is that?
I always hated 8-tracks because it skipped over during the middle of one song.
Well, it would fade in and fade out. I had an 8-track in my
irritating.
car. Yeah. Anyway, Michael, thank you.
Thank you.
Mazzy loves you. Take care.